table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Keep informed with everything that's going on with the Radio Shopping Show by joining our VIP Text Club today. All you have to do is text the message WRMN 1410 to the number 94253 and you're in. You'll receive timely information about Shopping Show specials instantaneously as they happen. Message and data rates may apply. The voice of the Valley and the home of the Radio Shopping Show, we are WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Cherie's Senior Showcase is on the air. Cherie's Senior Showcase on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM is an informative and fun show that features events, resources, and news that Elgin seniors can use as a guide to help them get the most out of the golden years. Senior Showcase also features trivia, games, and prizes. So pick up the phone and participate today by giving us a call at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Today's program can also be viewed and commented on by going to WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook. Seniors, don't forget to mark it on your calendar to listen to this show on the third Tuesday of each month at 9:15 a.m. And now, we welcome you to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin as we introduce our host for Senior Showcase, Cherie Aschenbrenner.
It is that time of the month once again, and time to learn some more important things for seniors here today. It's Cherie Senior Showcase on this dreary Tuesday morning.
I know.
Here in downtown Elgin. We have sunshine coming up later in the week, so we'll make it past this.
Yeah, just one day.
Yeah.
It's all right. Got to work anyway.
It's a good day to work.
It is.
Good day to get things done.
It makes you feel better about it because, raining outside.
Right. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm going to do a really quick couple minutes here and just a few things, and then we're going to start in with our guests as we always do. So anybody that listens to this show, you know that I do a senior email list, and I send out information all the time on the show or what's going on with seniors or Triad. And if you want to be on my email list, why don't you just shoot me a call me, I guess, 847-289-2626. You could email me, but then I got to spell out my last name and the whole thing. I know.
That's hard.
It's hard. Just call me.
Yeah.
289-2626, and I can add you. It's not that hard. I've got about 1,750 emails now, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
On the list, making your way towards 2,000.
I know. Going to have a party when I get to 2,000. As you know, we do a memory cafe once a month, and that is always the second Tuesday of each month. We had a really nice one this month. We had good information for the group. Our next one is going to be Tuesday, October 10th. It's going to be at 4 o'clock, and it's going to be at the Stanley's Grill and Craft Bar over there on McLean Boulevard, 4 to 5:30. We had 32 people at our last one, some new people again. We're going to do a little. We had a really good speaker this month, but next month we're going to do more of a fall craft. And talk.
And that's
we have such a good group.
Yeah. Early onset dementia and support groups, and
right.
You get to know some more people that are going through the same thing as you're going through.
It is, and it just it's not really. We don't sit around and have a support talk or nothing. It's just more socialization. And if you want to come out to eat, bring your person if you can. If not, you come. We have a lot of people that just come, just the spouse comes or whatever. But we get some kids and stuff too that come for their parents. So we have a good time. The Kane County Animal Control hosted a low-cost rabies vaccine clinic for the seniors again. That was just last Wednesday. So their next one and the final one for the year is Saturday, October 28th. Saturday, October 28th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it's going to be at the Kane County Animal Control down on Kenslinger Road in Geneva. So if you haven't got to it, this is the last opportunity, and it's only $10 if you're a senior, 65 and older. $10 for your rabies vaccine for your pet.
Okay.
Speaking of pets, it seems like I talk a lot of pets, don't I? Elgin Township, they're needing pet food again. they surge and then they're way down low again. And I just heard that they are very low. They are in dire need again. So if you can drop off some cat food or some dog food, they don't want the very large bags. They prefer the smaller ones. Only new and unopened bags and cans will be accepted. It's over at 729 South McLean Boulevard. They're open 8 to 4 Monday through Friday. And I know if you can't get down there, and you can call them and they can send somebody out to your house and even pick it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know that Belinda retired?
I did know that, yeah.
Yeah, she retired last Friday, so we had a little party for her on Thursday.
I saw the Facebook picture.
She's going to be missed. 19 years.
Yeah, long time.
Long time, yeah.
And handling a lot of the events and lining everybody up.
Yeah, we got to fill her spot then for the secretary on Triad.
Oh.
So, yeah, we'll be figuring out who's going to take her place.
And thanks to my friend T.A. Ivy, he's dropped off some canned cat food and some bagged cat food. I've got it back here in the kitchen, so I'll be dropping it off at the township building.
Well, yeah, it's close on your way home.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
And then last, the Anderson Humane, which used to be Anderson Animal Shelter. Now it's known as Anderson Humane. You know, they're always trying to help the seniors. So if you are a senior and maybe you enter the hospital and you're just in there temporarily and you need someone to watch your pet, you can call them. They'd be happy to try to get your pet with a foster while you're there. And then let's say you come home and you've been in rehab, you come home, maybe you can't walk the dog right now or clean the litter box. Maybe your pet needs to go to the vet or the groomer or needs some medicine that you can't administer. They'll come over and send volunteers to help you with that. Okay? Yeah. Very awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
So, and I know Steve Thorne talks about it too on his show, because sometimes senior says, well, I'm so lonely, I just wish, I could get a pet, but my family and my kids don't want me to, because then if something happens to me, they don't want the dog. Again, that's not a reason, because they will, if you want to foster, you can take that pet and they'll pay for the vet bills and they'll pay for the food. And then if something did happen, it's a foster, they'll take it back.
Anderson's really stepped up to do a lot of different things and do everything, go out of their way to help seniors
and they do.
And help pets.
Right. They just really want to get the pets a home. So if there's something you can do, and if you foster, just think then they can take another one in. I know I'd be a foster fail because that's how I am, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to do that, but I don't know if I could.
Once a foster went to your house, it would stay there,
That's
right?
right. It would be a foster fail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk today. I have Tony. And Tony, how do you say your last name? LaPalio?
LaPalio. Very good.
Tony LaPalio. He came to Triad last month, 2 months ago, and we got introduced to our group because, we're always talking about tech support, and it's hard. We've had a couple Triad events on that, cutting the cord and how do you start to stream, or I don't know how to work this, and I don't know how to set up my email. I don't know how to put it on my phone. I don't know how to work my smartwatch. Things like that. And I was just talking before the show that I said even I live next door to 3 little boys, and the youngest one has just started kindergarten, and he was showing me his laptop, his Chromebook.
Yeah?
Yeah, 5. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So in kindergarten, they have Chromebooks now. And I guess it stays with them, through the school, all the way up, whatever.
It does.
It's just, but 5. So
wow.
We got to get going here, seniors, because it is not going backwards. I mean, we are going full speed ahead, and you're going to get left behind because everything is going. You got to know some technology, and it's hard, especially if you've never worked in a job where you had to use computers at all. Even me now, you too, Mark. We've been working with some computers. We know something, but imagine knowing nothing. And now you have to go to the doctors, and now they're saying, well, go online and pre-register. Download the app. What? And in this week, they're doing blizzards for 85 cents at Dairy Queen, but you gotta download the app and go on and buy it through the app. I'm like, what?
I know.
So again, Tony, you're gonna help us, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so Tony, you came highly recommended from Allison Green, who's on our Triad, and then I went to your website, and we're gonna give that out in a minute, but I did recommend you to a senior. Terry. He said I could say his name. He lives out in Del Webb. He's
great.
Terry and his wife. They're 76 and 78. And he said that He called you, and then you called twice to ensure the specifics of the appointment, and you arrived promptly. Tony's very knowledgeable, explains computer concepts well, and is very patient.
It's important.
And unquestionably, I would use his services again and have already recommended Tony to some of our other friends. I have used similar computer home services twice in the past. Tony was easiest, the best of the 3 services I've tried. Some might think Tony's home services price is too high, but I think he is competitively priced. Unlike some computer repair services, Tony only requires home visits to be at least an hour, which he charges $125 an hour, and after the first hour, additional 15-minute increment blocks. Some home-assisted computer companies charge a minimum of $200 for a 2-hour time block, which for me has always been way too long. And our appointment was to fix a printer wireless communication problem and also provide my wife help operating and pairing her new iPhone, her watch, and her tablet. Tony successfully and efficiently resolved all our issues. So that's a very nice compliment
very
from
glowing.
Terry.
Thank you, Terry.
Yes,
That is
yes.
wonderful. Appreciate that.
So now Elgin Township Triad, we did have a program down at the center, and we had it at Senior Services, and we had somebody from the Gale Borden Library come out, Phil, and he's very knowledgeable as well, but he doesn't go to the home. So everybody was taking notes, and you can do that, but doing that and then going home and actually doing it, 2 different things.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where we step in.
That's what I want. So how did you start doing this business?
So this business, we're a little under a year old, and it has been born out of many years of very, very carefully considered thought about the need that's out there.
Yeah.
There's a huge need, and there's not a lot of people doing this. Actually, there aren't really many
Best
companies
Buy.
at all. Well, yes,
Right?
Best Buy, they do it, but we specialize in helping older adults and seniors, and we do it in person.
That's what I like.
And-
Specialize in the seniors.
Yeah, and so the idea was born really out of helping my grandmother with technology. I've always loved technology. I've always been involved in technology, whether it was helping large technology clients or working with my family. And so it was just a natural fit to start this business. And plus, I'm a bit of an entrepreneur, so it fit very nicely with my entrepreneurial spirit.
How many people? So it's you and you
Right
have-
now, it's just my wife and I.
just you and your
yeah,
wife are out.
we're getting ready to expand actually. So, but we're not quite there yet.
So someone needs help. They can, like Terry, and
Yeah.
he called you. You call him. You talk it over a little bit, see what they need, and you are very upfront. I saw on your Facebook, very upfront of what the price is.
Yeah, we charge $125 an hour with a 1-hour minimum. And then after that, we charge in 15-minute increments. So usually it's really, it's easy to tell from an initial call when somebody calls in. We talk with them, we figure out what's going on, and we give them a general estimate. Oh, this will probably be about an hour. This might be 2 hours. And make
Okay.
sure that they're comfortable with that before we even come out. That's the whole point. We want people to make sure that they know what they're
Yeah.
getting and that they're comfortable.
Right. And why don't you explain? Now, again, if you go to, what's your website?
It's www.seniortechsupport.net.
.net.
Dot
not
net.
.com, .org, .net.
.net.
Because I went there, and it says, so you, if you need some home computer help, don't be frustrated. It's scary. And we offer computer support services, training, education. But being a computer geek is only half the equation. Senior tech support, our teachers and educators, and so you can help them. So you get a brand new computer. So you're like, I take it out of the box and I don't know how to set it up.
This is not just a transactional. It's not a transactional environment that we create. It's really about teaching and educating. Yes. We can come in and just say, okay, I'm going to fix this for you. Goodbye. Have a good day.
Yep.
But that's not the point. The point is that we want to make sure that our clients understand what's going on, and the teaching and training and educating part is almost just as important as fixing the problem. We have clients that there is no technical problem. They just need to know how to use PowerPoint, or they want to learn how to surf the web, or they want to learn how to use a new app on their iPhone. And we can do that too. And so that's...
So you sit right there,
Yeah.
and I'm going to say, I want to see you do it.
Yeah.
So that you understand and you'll remember more if you're doing it.
The
and then-
repetition is
right.
really important.
And
Absolutely.
questions will come up as they're trying to do it too, while you're sitting there.
People call and they need help. They need a little bit of assistance. What we find is that people are scared of technology. And
Well, you are, because of all the scams.
yes, Yes, of all the scams.
Yes.
But people, here's what we hear. We hear people saying, I don't want to touch that button because I'm afraid I'm going to break it. Here,
I don't know where it's going to take me.
Let me say to all your listeners right now,
Yeah.
you don't need to be afraid of breaking your technology by pressing a button or doing something wrong. It is very unlikely that you will break whatever device you have by playing with it. Okay. And so if anybody can take one thing away today, it's don't be afraid of using the technology that you have. But here's the point. Sometimes people need a little bit of handholding. They need someone to come alongside them and say, it's okay to do this. And even if you're just providing that encouragement, people feel empowered to then use the technology that they want to use. And it's not because they don't want to learn how to use it. It's often because they're afraid.
Of course, because again, I've even heard my mother-in-law say, "Well, I better not click that. I don't know what that's going. I don't know where that's going to take me. I'm scared to do that."
That's right.
And you should be a little bit, because one wrong click, and we all know that, right, Mark? Clicking on those texts and clicking on the text messages and the email. They're always all those emails. Click here, click here.
One of the things that I talk about a lot in a presentation that I give called Online Safety and Internet Scams is to be aware, be prepared, and be defensive. And I always make the comparison of defensive driving. I ask people in the audience in the presentation, who learned how to be a defensive driver? Everybody raises their hand, right? They still teach that. It's the same thing when you're online. You have to be defensive. And what I do is I help people become aware to be prepared so that they can then be defensive.
Yeah.
So there is a need for some defensive posturing when you're on the internet. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, you got to be very guarded. You got to have the guard up all the time.
But you don't have to be scared.
Don't be scared, because once you learn how to use it, and you don't have to be scared. So we know that smartphones are confusing.
Yeah.
The Androids and the Apple iPhone help is you need help using your cell phone.
Yeah, we work with all different technologies, whether it's iPhones or Androids or laptops or tablets. We do a lot of work with Wi-Fi as well. I have a lot of clients who call us and they can't print. Because their laptop won't connect to their printer.
That's right.
And or can you help me print from my phone? A lot of people are just using smartphones now. So they have a smartphone and a printer.
I got one of those for Christmas. The wireless printer. Oh my God. The best thing since sliced bread. Oh my God. I could print
from anywhere.
something right now from my cell phone.
I know. It's
or
great.
my iPad.
It's great.
It's like, God, this is so nice.
And speaking about gifts, one of the other things that we often deal with is the adult children of the older adults and seniors who hire us on behalf of their parents.
That's a great present.
So
that's a great present.
To all of you adult children out there who
don't know
may
what
be
to give
listening,
mom
who
and
don't-
dad.
Exactly. So our services can be purchased on behalf of somebody else. And so that iPad that you received from your daughter, to your listeners out there, that's collecting dust in the closet. Well, now tell them that they should hire senior tech support to come out and set it up.
Yeah, because it says if you just need some just computer basics for beginners, they have classes at the libraries. I know they do. Gail Borden offers them every month. I see their newsletter they send out. Some people just don't want to go down there. So if you want it in your own home, and you get the full 100% of your time.
And then it's specific. It's tailored and customized to whatever the individual might need. Yeah, it's great to go to those presentations and those classes. Those are wonderful. But, if you have a specific question or issue that you need addressed, that may not be the right avenue all the time.
Then we got fix what's not working.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
need tech help? We provide computer support services and understand that from time to time you may need help with your computer problems and require PC service at home. We're tech geeks who can provide older adults with the in-home support for your computer. You got a Mac, we support Apple products too. If you've been wondering lately if there's a computer help near me, the answer is yes. So what are some of the things that you have, what are you fixing?
Well, we're not doing any actual physical repair of the devices. We don't replace screens.
Right.
We don't upgrade RAM. We don't change out hard drives. But what we fix are those technical problems, usually that are based within the software. So someone says, my computer's not running properly. It's slow. I don't know what's going on. Okay, well, have you restarted it lately?
No.
You know, exactly.
Yeah.
The answer is
Yeah.
restart it. Oh,
Yeah.
I closed the lid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not restarting it. That's
Right.
putting it to sleep. And then these are just some of the basic teaching and education points that we say, no, look, every week you want to shut the whole computer down and then start it up. And we teach people how to shut it down. The other thing people say, well, my computer's running slow. I don't know what's wrong. And they're running an old operating system. They haven't done the operating system upgrades. And so
Like on your cell phone.
Exactly. Your cell phones or even computers need that as well. They need updates from time to time.
Yeah.
And you can turn on the automatic updates, but sometimes they actually don't automatically update, even though you've turned on the automatic updates. And so we do those types of things as well. So it's a lot of fixing of software related problems is the fixing part.
I remember one time I was doing a presentation. I had a room full of like, I don't know, 100 people. And my computer decided that the laptop decided it needed an update right now.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, are you serious right now?
Timing
and there
is
was
always
no
great.
way to stop it. And I was so embarrassed and I was so mad because it took like 15 minutes and there was nothing I could do. I was panicking.
Yep, those are the things that you want to check for ahead of time. But
Yes.
sometimes they catch you by surprise.
Right. So
Absolutely.
every time that I went after that, I was like at home, I'm turning it on. You going to update? You do it. Hurry up and do it.
One basic piece of technology advice that I could give all your listeners right here is to shut your computer down once a week, at least once a week.
Cell phones too?
Cell phones too. All digital devices need to be shut down and restarted. They get confused.
I didn't know that about cell phones. I just plug it in at
Just
night
like us,
as on.
we get confused. we get overloaded and we go to sleep every night, and our brain sort of dumps things and processes things. It's the same thing
Have
with
dreams.
with digital devices. Yeah, I hope they're not dreaming. Although we could talk about AI, and that would be a whole different conversation. But the devices need to have time to shut down, rest, and reset themselves.
I never really shut my cell phone down.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea.
I don't either. I always leave it on and plug it in every night.
Yeah.
Any digital device, shut it down at least once a week. And if it's running slow or if something's wrong with it, shut it down.
For how long? A couple minutes?
No, it doesn't even have to be a couple minutes. Just
Okay.
turn it off and turn it back on. I mean, 30 seconds
There's
is
some people
usually-
that said, I don't know how to turn my phone off because, they just haven't.
Yep.
It's like, I
You
need
gotta
to hold
press
the
both
side.
buttons
and-
at the same time.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And every
Gotta
device is different.
cross your arms, turn around 3 times, jump up and down, and then
It's like
hope that it works.
Every device is different. So,
Right.
yeah, you got to remember how to turn it off and then turn it back on.
Yeah, no, it's an important basic troubleshooting step.
When you have tabs, though, like one of the things that I run into with my laptop right here, which is an old laptop, but I use it religiously, and is I'll have like 5 or 6 tabs at the top of the page, and I want to come back to that. So I'm afraid to shut my computer down because those tabs might not be there when I power back up, right? But if I put it to sleep,
I have an
they,
answer for
they
you.
are back.
Yes, I have an answer for you.
Okay.
So there are settings on web browsers that you can set in the settings. They're different for each different web browser, whether it's Google Chrome or Firefox or Edge. But you can actually tell the program to reopen those tabs even if you close the program. So I can show you how to do that.
Okay.
Dang. Yeah, I mean,
I'm constantly putting my computer back to sleep because the other thing going on with this laptop is the battery's dead. So as soon as I unplug the cord, the laptop dies. So I have to put it to sleep before I move it to another room all the time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just to be specific, sleep is not the same as shutting it down. So sleeping is a whole different thing. So when I'm saying it needs to be shut down, it needs to be completely powered off.
Right.
gosh.
Which mine, I put it to sleep all the time. But I guess it's powered off if it's not plugged in.
If the battery doesn't work, yep.
Okay.
And that's the other thing too is like when I used to have Comcast, but I don't anymore. So, but when something would go wrong, I always hesitated to have to call them because they talk in lingo and language that I don't know what you're talking about, and I would just get so mad. I'm like, I guess I gotta wait till my husband gets home because I don't know, I don't understand what you're telling me to do.
And very often, those are the types of transactional interactions that you get from tech support. Here's the thing. Senior tech support is not about being a traditional IT professional. It's more about patience and education and coming alongside somebody to empower them to use the technology. And it's interesting that you talked about, cable and Comcast. We work with a lot of clients about cutting the cord.
Yes.
And for people who are interested in streaming services and consuming video content and television and movie content through streaming services, cutting the cord is basically just a term that means canceling your cable subscription.
Oh, I was scared to death.
Well, of course, because
scared to death.
It can be confusing, right? And so what we do is we do a pre-consultation meeting, and we talk to people about what it means and how it works, and then what the deal breakers are. What content do you have to have? Do you have to have pay-per-view? Do you have to have sports? Do you have to have WGN?
And I know a lot of seniors would say, I need PBS.
Absolutely, you need PBS.
We watch a lot of PBS. I'm like, what streaming has that?
Right.
And some do not have WRMN. I'm not WRMN, WGN.
Yeah. It's important to find out what they need to have
Yes.
before you start making changes.
Yeah. And then there's so many that thrown at you, like, the Hulus and the YouTube TV. I mean, there's so many.
Yeah, there are. But what we can do is we can save people upwards of $100 a month. By
That's what I
cutting the
did.
cord.
100.
And it can be done fairly simply, but it can seem very overwhelming.
Of course it does, because where do you start? So we went ahead with YouTube, and we got a free trial
Yeah.
for like a week.
YouTube TV.
Yeah, and we watched that for a while, for the week, to see if we liked it, and we
Sure.
did. Then I canceled Comcast.
Yep. And that's what you want to do. You want to figure out how you're going to get your content before you make any changes like that. The other thing that's really important for people to know when they're doing that in terms of cutting the cord is the modem and router. So
See, there we go with lingo.
So,
though.
yeah,
Where's
well,
the
well,
I don't know what
can
the
I-
modem
can I
is.
take-
Yeah.
I want to take a minute and explain
see,
this.
that's perfect.
So there are two pieces to getting the internet into your home, right? The first piece is called a modem. The modem actually translates the signal coming into your house into another type of signal that your router can broadcast. And the router is what actually creates the Wi-Fi signal. Now, here's the thing. Most people who have Comcast and Xfinity are renting their modem and router from Xfinity. And people are paying between $10 and $25 a month to rent those devices. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that you can go and buy those same devices for yourself for about $150.
Yeah, so in the
Period.
long
The
term,
end.
Yes.
You're no longer renting that equipment anymore.
Right.
Now, Comcast obviously doesn't want you to know that,
Right.
but I do. I do want people to know that. Sorry, Comcast. So you can buy your own equipment, and once you buy your own equipment, you're already reducing your bill.
Yes.
And then once you cancel your actual internet or your cable subscription, all you have to pay for is the internet. And people are afraid of unbundling those things because they say, "Oh, well, I call them, and they're just going to tell me I'm going to have to pay twice as much for my internet." No, you're not. They just want you to think that.
So maybe we need you at the house when we get Comcast on the phone.
Feel free to call.
We'll put them on speaker, and you're going to sit right here.
I will tell you this. After we do the consultation, we come in and we implement the solution for cutting the cord. And then I teach people what to say to Comcast when they actually call or when they go in and return their equipment. Because I will tell you, 9 times out of 10, those sales associates will try and convince the person that they're not doing the right thing.
Great. So, yeah, see? And that's the thing, too. Even when you call Comcast, my God, you're going to be on hold for a half hour.
Yeah.
And I know that for a fact. That was one of the other reasons I left.
Yeah.
But I do like it. And the only thing I'm kind of missing now is I might look into just subscribing to Paramount Plus. Because I want to see that new show, that 1923, and that's on Paramount Plus. And I looked online; it's like $5.99 a month. So I might add that one.
The streaming services are what's called a la carte.
Yes.
Find out what you really want to watch, and we can help you do that. Do a little research, and then you sort of just build the programming package that you want.
And you can cancel
You
anytime.
cancel anytime you want.
Right.
They're monthly
That's right.
subscriptions. If you decide you don't like it and you want to try it, just cancel it.
Yep. That's what I kind of like. I like that you're not locked into this contract for 1 and 2 years on these things. You can it's month to month.
Yeah, and people are afraid. Well, I'm gonna lose my live TV. Well, there are services out there that can give you live TV. We talked about YouTube TV. There's another one called Hulu Live TV that you can use that will give you live TV as well.
Yeah, on YouTube TV, which I have, it's like $72 a month. We get 2, 5, 7, and 9.
The great thing about those is that you're also not paying those huge exorbitant broadcasting fees and sports fees. There are fees associated with cable packages from the traditional cable providers that are upwards of $35 a month just for the fees.
You mean like for MLB or
No,
what are you
no,
talking about?
these are taxes. These are broadcast
Yeah.
fees and sports fees. If you look at your bill, they're on there.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll say, "Oh, it's only $100 a month," but then you get your bill, it's $220.
Exactly. So people are paying upwards of sometimes $35 a month just in taxes and fees that are unnecessary if you have a live TV streaming service like YouTube TV.
Wow. And I mean, I can testify. I mean, I was paying $220. I pay $120.
Yep.
So I'm saving $100 a month now, so $1,200 a year.
Smart TVs, Roku, Apple
Yeah,
TV,
Fire Stick.
Chromecast, those are all hardware devices that we help people set up to get
Yeah.
these types of streaming services.
Yeah, because I remember, Mark, you have Roku, right, Mark? We have the Fire Stick.
We have a Fire Stick.
You do?
Yeah.
But you just went and purchased Marky now, huh?
I'm paying $19.99 for Marquee.
That's not bad.
Until the Cubs season's over with, then I'll cancel
Then
it
you'll cancel. There you go, see?
Exactly.
in the off season.
Don't forget to cancel.
Well, that's a problem. I mean, I have like Paramount, which I never watch,
Right.
and I've been paying $5.99 a month for that for several months, and I just haven't taken the time to cancel it, even though I never watch it. So
Yep.
you have to remember to do that.
Is that auto pay now, or you pay it set up?
Auto pay,
Auto pay,
which is probably the reason I don't cancel it,
exactly.
because it just happens every month and I don't notice it. But I don't have, like, we have to use one of those antennas to get regular television channels.
Sure, digital antenna. That's a solution that we implement for people too who just want basic over-the-air
Oh,
TV.
see, that's nice.
So very briefly, analog signals transition to digital signals. Those big, huge antennas that you have on the top of your
Yeah.
house now, you don't need those anymore because they're not receiving the analog signals anymore. But they have digital antennas that are much smaller. You can connect them to your TV, place them in your house near a window, and you can actually get free, what's called over-the-air, OTA, channels. Traditional network channels, 2, 5, 7, 9, we used to call it, CBS, NBC, ABC, PBS, WGN. Those are all free over the air, and all you need is a digital antenna. And a good digital antenna is only going to run you between $35 and $50. So if all you're looking for is basic TV, you purchase a digital antenna for once, and it's done.
One and done.
One
you
and
actually
done.
get more than just the regular TV channels, too. There's like 60 channels, I think, or so. But
There can be, depending on where you live and what signals you're able to get. But
Where
yeah,
do you buy it?
you can buy them anywhere. You can buy them online. You can buy them at Best Buy. You can buy it at Radio Shack. You can buy it at any electronics
there a Radio
store.
Shack anymore?
Radio Shacks still exist.
Where?
Believe it or not, they do still exist.
Where?
Well, there's one in Wisconsin Dells because I know that because I have a condo there. So there's at least one.
Wow.
But any electronics store, you can buy a digital antenna. Make sure it's amplified. That means you have to plug it into the wall.
mine aren't all coming in, though. I had trouble getting NBC. 2 and 5 I've had trouble with. Fox came in the other day for the Bears game.
Yep.
But 2 and 5.
They can be finicky depending on where you place them in your house and depending on where the signal is coming from. It's always coming from the east, from Chicago, but depending on where your antenna is placed, sometimes there can be difficulties receiving the signal. So it's not a perfect solution,
Yeah.
but it is a good solution.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of autopay, but YouTube TV is on autopay. But my MetroNet, which I use for my home internet now, it's new out by where I
Okay.
live. That I pay, so I like to have control on some of that stuff because I just don't like stuff being taken out of my account.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I'm
And you got to
very-
keep track of those things too.
Yeah, otherwise you forget, Mark.
I know.
So you know what? We're gonna talk a little bit. You brought a very nice trivia prize for us, and why don't you tell us what it is and what does it do?
So the trivia prize that I brought today is an Amazon Alexa Echo Dot. It's a personal assistant. This is a
Dang.
device that you can plug in, connect to the internet, and you can talk to it, and it will talk back. You can play music. It can give you weather. It can give you directions. It can do math. It can do games. Really, it is a very, very smart personal assistant that you talk to. It can also control other smart devices in your home, like smart locks or smart lights or cameras. You can do all sorts of things with this device.
Tell the story. You said you helped a man.
Yes,
He was blind.
Yeah, we had a blind client who we set up an Amazon Alexa device, and when I was teaching him how to use it, he was almost in tears because he was so amazed that he could now talk to this device, and he's a musician. And he could listen to music, and he could ask it music trivia, and he could find out all sorts of information, weather, directions, and he was so thankful. He had no idea that something like this even existed.
And it's pretty simple to use.
It's pretty simple to use. You plug it into the wall. There's a basic setup process to connect to the internet in your house, the Wi-Fi, and once it's connected, it's ready to go.
So it's listening, and when you're asking questions, it answers like Cherie.
It is. It's like Siri.
Okay.
It's like Siri, but it's called Alexa, and it's designed by Amazon.
Okay.
It's called a personal assistant, the Echo Dot.
Wow.
$50 value.
Dang. Okay.
Does it change the channels on your TV?
It can change the channels on your TV. Absolutely.
Okay.
If you have a smart TV and you hook it up to your TV, it can change the channels on your TV.
Okay. Well, we have 3 on the line. The number to call is 847-931-1410.
Okay.
And we got Raging Richard on line 1.
Okay. We will put these on.
Elena is on line 2.
Okay.
And Unknown is on line 3. Could be Psychic Susan, Downtown Jose. You never know.
Who's in jail?
In jail right now, we have actually Linda Carter for one more day, and then Northwest Wes, Sweet Sandy, and good old Bob last hour.
Right. Okay.
So 4 in jail at the moment.
The lucky winner be.
Looks like Dolores or Sam are on line 4. So the lines are jammed now.
Okay.
And the question today, by the way, is they had a wild and woolly Elgin City Council meeting back in December of 1888,
Oh my gosh.
135 years ago.
Going way back.
Council members almost came to blows as they chose a contractor to complete a certain city project. What was the project? A, electric lighting for the city. B, bricks to replace cobblestone on downtown streets. C, the Kimball Street Bridge. Or D, a telephone system for City Hall. A tough one.
Wow. Those are all viable answers.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to roll the dice here. 5 and
All
6 is a do-over.
Okay.
It's a 6. Do-over. 6 again. All right, we're going to get a valid one. Number 4, which means Dolores, I think, might get the first shot at this today. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Dolores. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I don't know if you're happy to be first, but you at least get a shot at it, huh?
Take a shot at it. I'll say the Kimball Street Bridge.
All right. Dolores says it was the Kimball Street Bridge. Our survey says...
Oh, Dolores.
Sorry,
No.
Dolores.
It's okay. Thank you for letting me try.
Sure. Thanks for
Okay.
trying. All right. Dolores goes down. That leaves us with Raging Richard, Elena, and Unknown Caller on line 3. It's a 5, which means it's a 2, which means Elena gets a shot at it. Hi, Elena. How you doing?
Oh, hi, Mark. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Thanks for
Thanks
calling.
for asking.
Yeah, so in 1888, they almost came to fighting at the city council meeting over an important item, that a project they were trying to complete. What was the project? A, electric lighting for the city. B, bricks to replace the cobblestone on downtown streets. Or D, a telephone system for City Hall.
I'm going to say B.
Bricks to replace cobblestone on downtown streets. Survey says...
Oh, okay.
Dang, I was rooting for you, Elena.
Dang.
Well, thanks for trying to root for me.
Have a great day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, that leaves us 2 on the line. Raging Richard, an Unknown Caller, at 847-931-1410 with 2 answers remaining. A 6 means it's a 2, which means it's this Unknown Caller.
Oh my goodness.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up? Good morning, downtown Jose. Hello, Cherie.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, Downtown Jose?
I'm doing good. Can you just repeat those questions real quick, please?
The answers, you mean?
Yeah, the questions so I can pick the right answer.
Yeah, okay. Well, the city council members almost came to blows. They chose a contractor to complete a certain city project back in 1888. What was the project? A, electric lighting for the city, or let's see, B, bricks to replace... No, wait.
No.
No, it's electric lighting for the city, A, or D, a telephone
you
system
go.
for City Hall.
I'm gonna go with A.
Electric lighting for the city, says Downtown Jose. Survey says
Oh, downtown. Jose. Wow.
I figured back in them days it was dark everywhere, so yeah, I wouldn't mind them guys going to blows. Hey, we need light over here.
Jose, do you know how to work the dot? Would you know how to work it?
I'll have someone teach me.
Senior tech support can teach you.
125 an hour, Jose.
Or I might just, give it away or something. I don't know. But I'm just glad I won,
Well, congratulations.
Uh-huh.
Oh, thank you, sir, for bringing in the gift.
You bet. You bet. My pleasure.
All right, we'll set it aside for you, Jose, all right?
All right, you guys have a blessed day. Stay dry.
Take care.
Good morning, first shift, sir. Bye.
All right.
Did
well, there you
anybody
go.
have any other questions? Well, we got a few minutes left on the line, or
I don't think so. It's 847-931-1410 if anybody has a question.
okay.
Well, we have Crazy Kathy on the line, but she might have been trying for trivia.
Okay.
Let's find out. Hey, Kath.
Hi,
Were you trying?
Mark. Hi, Cherie.
Hi.
Hey, sorry for clearing my throat here. I think that was a very tricky question. I mean, it was a good one.
It was a good question, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, thanks for calling. We have to finish up with the show here.
absolutely.
But
yeah.
thank you.
I mean, I thought you could talk all day. I didn't know.
Right. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye,
All
Kathy.
right.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Cherie.
Bye
All
bye.
right. All right, that gives us about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
We actually have another caller now. As soon as you take the headphones
Okay.
off. 847-931-1410. Good morning. Welcome to Cherie Senior Showcase.
Good morning.
Hi, you're on the air. Are you calling for Cherie Senior Showcase?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Who can I help with today?
I'm wondering if Mr. LaPalio works with seniors who have older TVs that aren't smart TVs.
Well, we work with all different types of technology. So depending on what the issue is with the TV, we can help. The one thing to remember is that we're actually not doing any repairs of these types of devices. So if it's broken, we unfortunately wouldn't be able to help you.
It works,
What
right?
seems to be the problem?
No, it works. I want to get rid of AT&T and go to streaming.
Good for you.
Oh, gotcha. Well, depending on if it's not a smart TV, it still could have the capability to use a smart device that could give you those streaming services. How old is the television? Is it a flat screen TV or is it a big piece of furniture TV?
It's a flat screen TV, about 12 years old.
Okay, if it has an HDMI input, it's a type of an input, and it probably does if it's a flat screen TV, then yes, that is something that we could help you out with. Absolutely.
Very good. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. We'll give out the phone number. Sherry, can we give out the phone number for
Absolutely,
people?
yeah.
If you're interested in listening and want to call Senior Tech Support to help you with any technology needs, training, or education, the phone number is 877-630-3538. That's 877-630-3538.
Very good. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for calling.
Yep, take care. 9:56, we have one more caller. It's our friend Steve Thorin checking in with us. Hey, Steve.
Steve.
Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
How you doing, sir?
Hi, Cherie.
Hey.
Very good show today. I wondered if he could just give me his opinion of this. This has to do with my cell phone, and interestingly enough, it's not just this cell phone. It was the one I had prior to this, and I've had it scanned, and I've had people look at it. Every once in a while, I'll go to one of my contacts, and it's gone. And I have no idea why that is. However, if I then get their number and plug it in, son of a gun, the text messages are still there.
That is
Contact
peculiar.
would be gone. So then I have to resave the name. If I resave the name, then I can go to that name, and if I had never erased the text messages, they're still there. But the contact mysteriously gets deleted. So every once in a while, and I don't know who or why, every once in a while I'll go to someone's name to call them, and they're gone.
And it's a different person every time? It's not the same person?
Correct. I never know who it's going to be.
Let me ask you a question. Are you using an iPhone or an Android device?
Android.
Have you turned that device off and back on lately?
Oh, I do it at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay, good. That's always the first question I ask people.
How old is your phone, Steve?
The one I have now is about maybe 3 years.
Okay, so it's fairly new. This is a peculiar one. Not something that I feel like I could probably troubleshoot with you right now over the air. I would have to do a little bit of research on that one. But that is a unique problem.
Have you taken it? Who's it with? Who's your service with?
T-Mobile.
Did you ever go into the store and ask them?
Well, they're clueless. They're just a bunch of kids that want to make a commission.
Yeah, the only other thing that I would have you check is for duplicate contacts. Sometimes if there is a duplicate contact in the phone, and I'm not saying that there is, but something to check, phones will often pull contacts from different sources. You can set the contacts up to pull from, say, a Gmail contact account or a Yahoo contacts email account. And so sometimes if you've linked those accounts and there are duplicate entries, it sometimes confuses the device. The other thing that I might recommend is going in and turning off any accounts that are associated with the device. If you have contacts or emails pulling in from any other locations, sometimes going into the settings and turning off those accounts and then reconnecting those accounts can sometimes fix those problems.
I don't understand what that means. You go into settings and then what did you say?
You go into settings and then so in your in the settings, if you go into the actual contacts application or the mail application, there will be a place where it says accounts. And those accounts can be a Gmail account or a Yahoo account or a Microsoft 365 account or email accounts that you have associated with your device. Sometimes removing those accounts and then adding them back in can help fix those problems.
Okay. That's interesting because I know
it
work one.
It happened before I even had email on it. So I just don't think there's any association there. It's just it's almost as if there's a virus in there, but I've had it scanned, and that's the thing. So
yeah, viruses in phones are not very common.
Yeah. All right, Steve. Well, thanks, buddy.
Sorry I couldn't help you out today, but good luck.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Cherie,
All right.
always.
See ya.
10 o'clock, we want to say good morning to Kathy Bilski, who says good morning, Cherie, Mark, and Tony.
Hi, Kathy.
Same for Wilma Cash. And Annie Bell says they work great. Maybe she means Tony's company.
Well, thank you.
Pam Schultz says Tony is fantastic. And Janet Mack says, wow, this guy is great. I'm going to make an appointment with him in the next couple of weeks. I'm learning so much right now. Thanks for having him on.
Okay.
Wow,
Can he give his number one more time?
Yep.
Okay. 877-630-3538. Senior Tech Support. 877-630-3538. Or you can find us online at seniortechsupport.net.
Okay. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, Cherie, for having me.
You're welcome.
There you have it. Well, you can watch this video again if you want to, if you joined us a little bit late. It'll be archived on our Facebook page. What you got, Cherie?
Aaron Neal next month.
Aaron Neal from the Public Works Department, City of Elgin, next month on her show.
Yep.
All right. We'll save the video if you want to watch it later. Thanks for joining us here on the show today. Coming up next, Matt's got the radio shopping show for you. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. right here on WRMN.